again. This is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thanks for tuning in. This is the second part of 3 of Riders of Death Valley, a 12-chapter serial from 1941. Now, in this, we have both Lon Chaney Jr. and Glenn Strange. Now, they would work together again as the Wolfman and Frankenstein Monster in 1944's House of Frankenstein, and then return to 1945's House of Dracula, and then again in 1948 as Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. So here we go with the next couple chapters. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back.
Ride along, let us fight for law and order till the wrong is right. Ride along, let us fight to keep the honor of the soul of West bright. Never quit or submit, give us every bit of spunk and grit you can. So come on, let's see you grin, tell the world we'll never give in. Fight for the right, ride along, never quit or submit, give us every bit of spunk and grit you can. Oh, come on, let's see you grin, tell the world we'll never give in. Fight for the right, ride along.
Jim, there's some writing on this wall. Jim, it's Uncle Charlie's mine.
We found it. This is it.
Oh, Jim!
I'm gonna tell the boys. Sit back, Mary. Take cover, men! The wall!
Let them have it, boys. It's followed.
Hey, their bullets are coming pretty close to our powder barrels.
Might as well get over there and see what's left.
You all right, Mary?
Oh, I think I'm all in one piece.
Two horses.
What happened?
One of those stray bullets must have hit the powder.
What's the matter?
Oh. Must be right around. There it is.
Oh, Jim, isn't it beautiful?
Hey, Tom! Tombstone!
down lower.
Ah, they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. I got him! Give me the canteen. Ahora digo. No, I didn't got him. This time I got him. Let's win. Watch that bunch of rocks halfway up the hill. Tomb, over here.
Tombstone, we found Uncle Charlie's diggings.
Darn if you haven't. I can have a piece of that in my tooth.
Yeah. But now that we found it, how are we going to get out of here to file it?
Hold your fire. Where's Davis?
Don't worry about him. He's hid out of range.
Trigger. Hold your fire, I said.
No sense wasting ammunition. Now look, we got him trapped up in that cave. There may be another way out. I want you to circle around the other side and find out.
What are you doing, Jim?
Making out a location of us.
Mr. Jim, what did you do with your canteen?
I didn't bring any.
You didn't brought it? Well, who's got it? Nobody. We can do without water. If I ever catch that man who shoot that canteen out from my hand, I make him prove it.
Pancho, bring me one of those torches.
When? Yeah, but you can't drink that.
I know. But if there's another way out of this place, I'm gonna find it.
Well, let's went, then.
You stay here. They may try to rush us.
Yeah, but if you find the water, how I'm going to drink it? I'm thirsty. No tengo por yo que tomar agua también. Ahora sí, que no me valga el hombre.
Pricey. That explosion scattered the stock. See him down there? Round up as many of them as you can. So you crawled out of your hole now that the shooting stopped.
You know why I kept back? So Benton and his outfit wouldn't see me with you.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. You're smart.
You know very well if Benton finds out I'm tied up with you, I certainly can't go back and join up with his outfit again.
Now that you're here, you might as well be of some use. Get up the mountain, bring them horses of ours down closer. That's safe enough?
Hey, Wolfe. Wolfe.
Yeah.
Look,
Where?
under the wagon. They're canteens.
You're right, Butch. We cut off their water, we got them where we want them.
Yeah.
Get down there and get them canteens.
Who, me? Hey, what are you trying to do? Get rid of me?
Maybe. Go on, get going.
Oh.
right.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder how you'd get along without me. Look what that blast uncovered. Gold quartz.
Where'd you find this?
The base of that cliff.
Butch, we've got it. That's Chuckawalla's mine.
Sure, the Lost Aztec.
I'll go into hiding and figure out a way to join up with Benton's outfit.
Never mind, Benton. Our business to get into the claim office and file on that ground.
Yeah. Sure. I'll go right now.
No, you won't. I will. Butch, I'm leaving you in charge. You keep them holed up there.
Don't worry, I'll keep him.
Hey, Wolfe! I got Benton's horse!
Good. I'll ride him.
Is he local?
Mira, Boris, look. Mr. Jim, man. People, come quick. Mr. Jim, he gave the wolf pack the double-up cross.
You hear that?
That's Benton. Wolf! That's Benton calling his horse. Get after him!
Oh, Pancho, he doesn't have a chance. They'll kill him.
Take it easy. He's all right.
Nice shooting. You got him.
Still hanging on.
Yeah, he's going in the dunes.
Right under that sandstone. You won't come out of that. Come on.
Ride along, ride along. Let us fight the Lord and order till the wrong is right. Ride along, ride along. Let us fight to keep the honor of the soul of West right. Never quit or submit. Give us every bit of spunk and wit you can. So come on and see you win. Tell the world we'll never give in. Fight for the right, ride along. Never quit or submit. Give us every bit of spunk and wit you can. So come on, let's see you win. Tell the world we'll never give in. Fight for the right, ride along.
Nice shooting. You got him.
Still hanging on.
Yeah, he's going in the dunes.
Right under that sandstone. You won't come out of that.
yet, Benton?
No, throw it into a sandstorm. I think he's a goner.
Good.
Without a leader, they can't hold out long.
Benton jumped me. Hit me over the head with a gun.
Never mind that. You find the entrance.
Yeah.
Good. Butch. Any of the rest of them see you?
No.
There's a back entrance. We'll have to cover it.
Yeah, but we ain't got enough men.
That's right.
I know how we can do it, though.
How?
Blast the other end of that cave.
With what?
There's plenty of powder down there in that wagon.
Go get it. Hey, Davis.
Yeah.
I want you to go to Panamint.
Well, I thought you
Never
said...
mind what you thought. Give us gold quartz to Kirby, tell him what's happened, get these claims filed. And wait a minute. Just remind him, and don't you forget that I'm in 50-50.
I'll tell him.
Hey, Pancho. Ain't that Butch sneaking down between them rocks?
Yeah, I get that, Butcher.
Fall back, Puncher. You can't kill anybody with an empty gun.
Yeah, my gun snipped.
Slip back, then.
All right. Come on, Trigger. Show us where it is. Keep them busy. We're going around the back way.
All right, drop those guns. Come on over here. Tie up Junior. Go on, tie him up.
Jim makes it into Panamint all right.
Oh, so that's it.
Oh, Tombstone.
Oh, he'll be all right. You better keep out of line of fire. I want to thank you boys for corralling my horses. what those wall-eyed sons of misery are up to. They haven't fired a shot in 10 minutes.
Maybe they don't got no more cartuchos.
I think you got something there.
Look, Tombstone, there's Jim.
Ah, Mrs.
Hey, Jim!
Hey, Jim!
That's it. The rear entrance to the cave.
We'll have to make it afoot.
Two horses.
Jim, what happened?
Plenty. They're headed for the back entrance of the tunnel. Pancho, you and Smokey stay here with Mary. Come on. We gotta stop them.
That's it.
Let me have the powder. Get your fuse ready. Somebody's coming. Look out.
Won't need your torch from here on, Toom.
Spend. Get back.
Wonder how Benton got out of that sandstorm.
Listen, if you planted him 6 feet underground and built a monument over him, he'd still get out of it.
Yeah, but I ain't ever seen the man yet that you didn't get sooner or later.
Let him have it.
We ain't got a chance against him down here, Wolf.
Oh, yes, we have. Shoot for the powder cake.
There's a powder keg down there. Get back. They're shooting at it. Go, you rascal.
Well, that blocks this in.
Yeah. Back to horses.
Well, that's that.
Even a gopher couldn't bore his way through that now.
Come on, let's get back to the other entrance.
Blast must have stampeded the horses. We'll have to round them up.
Oh, but Pancho, that blast may have killed him.
It's better. I'll go and find out.
Oh, Jim.
Everything's all right, Mary. Boys, get the wagons loaded up and the team hitched. Pancho, you and Tex get out and bring up all the powder we have left.
Now?
Yes, now. Hurry up.
What's on your mind?
Close up the entrance to this mine until we can bring some supplies up here. Well, she ought to blow any minute now. Oh, blew! How she did blew! Well, that ought to keep it hidden from Wolfe and his gang when we get in and pile on it. But let's win.
So you think you'll need $20,000 to get the mine going?
Easily.
I'll loan you what you need, Jim, but it'll have to be a short-term note.
Oh, that's all right, Leif. I know what conditions are.
Maybe things will be better in 60 days, and I can give you an extension if you need one.
Thanks, Leif. I knew we could depend on you.
I want to thank you, too, Mr. Hogan.
I can't figure out what happened to David.
Yeah, he sure had plenty of time to get here and file on that claim.
By not getting here, he's left everything wide open for Benton.
Kirby in his office?
Yeah, he's in there.
What happened, Davis? What held you up?
I got caught in a desert storm. Worst you ever saw. I thought I'd never get out of it.
Well, that storm cost us the Lost Aztec.
What?
Yeah, Benton's already filed his claim. Right now, he's arranging with Leif Hogan to finance the operation.
Glad to return a favor, Jim.
Benton make a deal?
He sure did. He gave that Hogan a quitclaim deed as collateral.
Which means that Benton isn't able to pay up the 60 days that the mine goes to Hogan?
You're dead wrong, Davis. It means if Hogan isn't able to pay off on time, the mine belongs to us.
Why not let me and Wolfe hijack the equipment on the way out the mine?
No. Benton knows the mining business. We'll let him put up the mill, sink the shaft, get everything ready for production, then move in.
Well, I hope it works.
Maybe we ought to have a couple of our own men working for Benton.
I already have Buck Hanson and 3 or 4 men working for him right now.
Good.
Hey, Miss Morgan. How about that money I asked you for?
Hanson, I'm responsible for the payroll, and I can't advance you any more money.
Well, I need it, and I need it now.
Well, I'm sorry, but... Here comes Mr. Benton. You talk to him about it.
Hiya, partner.
It's about time you got back.
How'd things been?
Not so good, Jim. Hanson had another fight with the foreman.
That's too bad. He's a good worker when he wants to be.
Yes, but he causes an awful lot of trouble.
Well, don't worry about him. I'll take care of it.
Did you get the payroll?
Yes, sir. Right here in these saddlebags.
Oh, swell, Jim. That means that you made a deal on the ore.
Cash on delivery at Panamint.
Then we'll be able to meet that note when it's due?
That's right. Come on up to the office. I'll tell you all about it.
Hey, Jim.
You happy? You betcha.
Perfectly satisfied, huh?
Yeah?
Well, get worried. How would you like to comb some of this rotten timber out of your hair?
Where'd you find this?
About halfway down that shaft. Full of it.
See you up at the office later. Come on. Let her down easy, Charlie. One look over that cribbing.
Slow it is, Jim.
You know, Tom, I can't figure out how the cribbing in this shaft could be rotten so soon. It was just put in. Are you sure?
I'd hate to drop the weight of an egg on it.
The cable's broken.
fight on and on until the wrong is right. Right along, right along. Let us fight to keep the honor of the soul of West. Right, never quit or submit. Give us every bit of spunk and wit you can. So come on, let's see you win. Tell the world we never give in. Fight for the right, right along. Never quit or submit. Give us every bit of spunk and wit you can. So come on, let's see you win. Tell the world we'll never give in. Fight for the right, right along.
Let her down easy, Charlie. One look over that cribbing.
So it is, Jim.
You know, Toom, I can't figure out how the cribbing in this shaft could be rotten so soon. It was just put in. Are you sure?
I'd hate to drop the weight of an egg on it.
Something happened to the engineer. The cage crashed with Jim and Tombstone.
Hey, get a collar rope.
Get the rope and put on the top. Come on. There's Tombstone in there. Get the rope and put on the top. Go on. Get a few over.
Throw it over that beam there.
I got a hold of it. Get a hold of it. Put it down. The rope thing. Look out. Who's it? Now. Get on there now. Hand him and hold it there. Tie it around. Hold it up because... Look out. Don't... Pull on that thing.
Get him in.
Thorough. No, I watch where you're going.
Hey, you Spanish rice eater, why don't you come over here and exercise something besides your jaw?
I put my jaw, I pull the rope, what I do is that I pull the rope myself. I know more about the mine than you do.
Oh, you never minded anything in your life.
Yeah, what I mind my business. I don't grease wee mills and dig post hole like you in Texas. Get a hold of the rope and pull. Hey, Jim! Don't stop! Don't stop! Hey, don't stop! All right, no, the lumber is moving a little bit, huh? You all right?
Hey, up there! They're both alive?
Oh, he's alive. He didn't die. Say, that's pretty good. That's pretty high down from here, you know, not to get killed, huh? Hey, pull it up. Pull it up. Come on. Bring it up. Hey, pronto. Down
Hanson, you had charge of putting in that tunnel cribbing, didn't you?
So what?
It wasn't put in right. It's wrecked.
Are you accusing me of wrecking it?
I'm accusing you of causing a lot of unnecessary delay and expense around here, and I'm not sure that you didn't have a hand in that.
I don't take that kind of talk from anybody, Benton.
No? Well, I don't hire men that seem to be working against me. Get out.
Well, that suits me.
Wait a minute, boys. Stay out of this. It's my fight.
out here all this time waiting for some excitement, and this is what happens.
Mira, una trompada en las narices. Ahora sí otra vez. Anda, otra trompada en las narices.
Looks like the big meathead kind of overmatched himself, eh, Pancho?
What do you mean, meathead matched him? Otra vez, hombre. Hagamos el país otra vez.
Speak English so I'll understand what you're calling him.
With old heads, you could never understand nothing. Now get out.
Tex, you and Borax see all the rest of the agitators leave camp.
Alligators? Agitators. Come on, fella. You're just a nuisance.
This delay looks bad for Hogan's note. You know that, don't you?
Well, I'm not worried about it. If we get to him in time, I can have him renew it.
Well, let's get into Panamint. Come on.
¿Por qué están peleando siempre los americanos?
Kirby's in his office?
Yeah, he's in there.
Come in. What's on your mind, Davis?
Buck Hanson just got in from the Lost Aztec mine.
Everything all right?
Our plan to get rid of Benton and gain control of the mine didn't pan out.
They wrecked the mine, didn't they?
Yes, but Benton escaped without a scratch. He's sure lucky.
No, it isn't luck. It's brains. He's outsmarted you and the Wolf at every turn. Where's Benton now?
He and his Death Valley riders are heading into Panamint. Hanson spotted them.
On his way to the bank, I suppose. To get more money. To fix up the mine and continue operation.
Hogan won't give him any more money until Benton pays up his note.
That's an idea. Benton's note is almost due. You'll try to get Hogan to renew it. I can stop that.
I hope you're right.
I'll take Gordon with me. Now you get over to the marshal. Tell him to come on down to the bank. On some excuse, or to write a check or something. Just in case I have any trouble with Hogan.
Right.
Cashier said I'd better see you personally.
What is it, Kirby?
I drew this check to my account. I want the cash.
Well, that's easy. Give it to me and I'll get it for you.
What's the matter, Hogan? The check's good, isn't it?
Yes, but 30,000.
Well, my balance is a good deal more than that.
I know, but I have to keep the money working by making loans.
Then you haven't the funds to cover your accounts?
Well, not on hand, but I can get it for you if you'll give me a little time. It's all on gilt-edged securities.
What securities?
Well, principally notes.
Whose notes?
Well, this is hardly regular, Kirby, but notes from men like Judge Knox, Doc Murphy, Jim Benton, Bill Winters.
How much is Bill Winters' note?
10,000.
Mm-hmm. I'll take it. How much is Jim Benton's note?
Why, 20,000.
I'll take that, too.
Well, I'll give you Winters' notes, but I won't give you Benton's.
Why?
It'll be kind of like selling Benton out.
What's the difference who holds Benton's note? You'll sell me Jim Benton's note, Hogan, or have a run on your bank. I know a lot of depositors would get mighty scared if I was to let them know you didn't have the cash to cover their accounts.
You don't leave me much choice, do you, Kirby?
None at all.
You folks go on down to the store and get loaded up with supplies. I'll be at the bank.
Yeah, you better tell Borax not to drink too much of that tequila.
I'm on the wagon.
He's on the wagon. What do you mean? Oh, on the wagon. I mean, on the job, huh?
I don't mind Winters' note, but I feel like a criminal doing this to Benton. Come in.
Jim Benton is here, Mr. Hogan. He'd like to see you in private.
Jim Benton. Tell him to wait a moment.
I don't want him to see us here.
No, I don't either. Come in, Jim.
Hello, Leif.
Glad to see you. How's everything at the mines?
Well, not so good. We ran into a little trouble. Might delay us for a couple of weeks.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, it's nothing serious that we can't fix, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to take you up on your offer to renew my note.
I'd like to help you, Jim, but it's impossible.
You haven't lost confidence in the mine.
No, it isn't that.
Leif, it's not me.
I hate to tell you this, Jim, but I don't hold your note any longer. I sold it.
Sold it? What for?
Listen, Jim, I'm a banker. And if I want to dispose of any securities I hold, I have a perfect legal right to do so.
I don't question that, Hogan. But you certainly put Miss Morgan and me in a nice spot. Who'd you sell it to?
Joe Kirby.
Kirby? Well, so you and Kirby have gotten together, huh?
I couldn't help myself, Jim.
Maybe you couldn't, but let me tell you something, Hogan. I know where I can get that money, and I'm going to go get it right now. If you and Kirby think you can rob me of that mine, you're crazy. Somebody just killed Hogan, Marshal.
I'll take that gun, Benton. Just been fired. Why did you kill him?
I didn't kill him, Marshal. And while you're wasting all this time, the killers are getting away.
Well, the evidence is mighty strong against you.
Says you. Get your persuader, Jim. I don't like the smell of this.
Disarm them, Marshal.
Thanks, gents. All right, boys.
You certainly got your feet wet this time. They frame a murder charge against you, and they're holding me for assisting a fugitive from justice. How do you like it?
Well, it doesn't do you any good to get excited.
Who's getting excited?
What are we waiting for? Let's yank him out of there straight.
They showed you nerve. Now, wait a minute. Hold on here. It's a serious thing, taking the law in your own hands.
Well, Benton took the law in his own hands, didn't he?
I'm for giving them what they deserve.
Leif Hogan was our
friend.
friend. Shot him down in cold blood.
Let's cut out the gap. Come on.
Wolf's sort of getting them stirred up, ain't he?
Yeah.
We gotta get Jim and Tombstone out of that jail somehow.
Sure have. Because with the marshal on Kirby's side, they ain't got a chance.
We'll get a hold of Pancho and see what we can do.
Kirby's dealing these cards, and we gotta sit in the game and wait for a break.
Yeah, and I got a hunch he's dealing them off at the bottom.
Hey, Pancho! You see Jim someplace, yes?
No. Kirby's men are starting a necktie party for Jim and Tombstone. They're on their way to the jail now.
Yeah, we must not let them do this thing.
That's right, but how the three of us gonna stop them?
I got a great idea.
Well, out with it.
It worked good in Mexico. Now, you hitch up the horses, and you help me unload the wagon, eh?
We just loaded it. What do you want to unload it for?
Don't let me question now. I got him here, but it don't come out here, huh? Now, come on, help me. On that. Let's win.
It could have happened to Pancho and Tex and Borax. We should have heard from them alone.
Listen, don't get excited.
You take a little powder barrel, you soak them in the oil, then you light them with a match, put them on the end of your rope, throw them around your head like that into the crowd. The crowd will get scared and run away. Huh? You understand?
No, do you?
Yes. Come on, let's win. Hey, come on, caballeros. Let's win.
Yep, they dealt our cards off at the bottom. You better tell Jim and Tombstone what we're gonna do. Give me your keg.
Sounds like a pretty big mob to me. I may not be able to hold them off.
Give us our guns back and we'll stop them.
No, I can't do that.
Maybe you don't want to stop them.
That'll be enough out of you.
Did I say anything to make him mad?
No, he's just touchy.
Jim, Tombstone.
Am I hearing things?
Listen, we got a wagon up the street. When that mob breaks in here to take you out, this is what we're gonna do.
Bring it up, boys. Bring it up. Let the law take its course.
Step aside, Marshal. We're taking them killers out of there.
Oh, no, you're not.
I'm giving you just 30 seconds to get out the way.
I've never lost a prisoner yet, and I'm not losing one now. Stand up!
Come on!
Them kegs didn't have no powder in them. They was empty.
Yeah, I know. They made monkeys out of us. On up the boys.
Nowhere. All right, you two go ahead and cut yourself out of cover. Just plain thing to do is to get in the wagon and then get on top of the horses. What do you think? Go ahead. I know, but how are you going to do it? Go ahead.
Give us every bit as fun can bit you can. tell the world we'll never give in. Fight for the right, fight alone.
Well, that's that. Now we get the rest of Benton's riders.
they chasing?
Who they was chasing? When we was on the wagon tongue run like that, I was shooting and they were chasing the runs of
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind! Let's go help Jim.
All right, let's win. Who followed you down?
If you stick to a horse, you'd never get hurt.
Who said anything about being hurt? What happened to Wolfe and his gang?
You ducked him in the rocks, I hope.
Well, come on, we better get out of here and get back to town and find out who killed Hogan. Go on. Ándale. Let's win.
Push the line, the horse. Ándale. Come on, baby. Hey, go ahead.
Did you get Benton?
I sure did. Sent him right over a cliff. He's a dead fish.
Well, Gordon, that ought to make you feel easier knowing Benton's out of the way.
Sure does, Davis.
What about his riders? You get them too?
No, but I will before morning.
Good. Gordon, I called for a drink.
There you are.
Doggone, seeing you fellas get away from that gang sure added 10 years to my life.
Only 5, will you?
I said years.
Oh.
We're not out of the woods yet.
Well, we all know you didn't kill Leif, Jim, but who did?
I don't know. We're going over to the bank now and see if we can pick up some clues.
In the meantime, take care of those horses, will you? And have that wagon loaded. Mary's going to drive it back to the mine.
When you get there, don't forget to tell Smokey and the boys to clean out that shaft.
All right, Jim. And good luck.
Thanks.
They're pretty good cleaners. They clean everything and everybody, those fellas. Well, it's time to went, eh?
What now, Wolf?
One more slug of this panther milk, I'll round up the boys and get going.
Trigger.
What happened to you?
Oh, my horse threw me.
What do you want here?
I just come in to tell you didn't get Benton.
What are you talking about?
I just saw him riding away from a busted wagon, him and his riders.
You're crazy. He was killed when the wagon crashed.
I'm just telling you what I saw.
Are you sure of that, Trigger?
Just as sure as I'm seeing you right now.
Well, Wolf, looks like Benton's an eel the way he keeps slipping through your fingers.
Yeah, it sure does, don't it? All right. If we don't leave this room, we figure out a way to catch that eel.
I figured that Hogan's killer left by this window. Look, here's a piece of cloth that proves I'm right.
His wool?
Uh-oh. Look what I found. Somebody's watch.
What time you got it?
What difference does it make? You ain't going nowhere. Hush.
DG. 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 Dan Gordon.
You're right. Kirby stool pigeons.
Come on, let's win, huh?
That's a plan that'll work, all right. One that even Benton won't suspect. What do you think of it, Wolf?
It's no good. We don't have to go looking for Benton. We'll make him come to us. He left the Morgan girl in town here, didn't he?
He's right.
You come back after her.
Yeah. Wolf's right. She came to town with Benton. She must still be here. Gordon, you keep your eye on Judge Knox's house. She's probably staying with Mrs. Knox.
Benton will come back all right. He's not the kind to be caught sitting on a murder rap.
Now plant my men around the town and cover the road coming in. You won't get away this time.
Keep your eye on the livery stable. They'll leave their horses there. I'll send Green, Fisk, and Barry over.
They're all quick on the draw.
Good. Wolf, you've got this town covered like a tent. Even an eel would have a tough time getting out.
Oh, Benton's smart, Joe.
Smart?
Yeah, he'd have drilled me like a sieve if he knew. We better corral that guy.
Yeah. You boys stay here and guard this back door. Toom, come on in.
Oh, pull yourself together, Gordon. Even if Benton got away from Wolfe and came back to town, he couldn't prove anything.
Maybe so. But my best bet is to get the dry well, so I'm on my way there now.
They're right where you are.
I knew it. What'd I tell you?
All right, Gordon. Why did you kill Hogan?
I had nothing to do with the killing.
What are you trying to do, Benton?
Prove to the people of this town who killed Hogan. All right, boys, go in the saloon and take care of that gang.
You can't take the law in your own hands like this.
No. You've had the law in your hands long enough. Now we're going to take a shot at it. Come on.
Get in, Joe. For a long time, nobody in this town has been paying no attention to the law. So tonight, the law is going to pay attention to you and listen hard.
Do your listening with your hands away from your guns.
Men, we're going to change this saloon into a courthouse for the time being.
And you fellas are going to be the judge and the jury. We're here to find out who killed Leif Hogan.
We're going to do away with all red tape and get right down to the case.
What time is it, Gordon?
Is this what you're looking for, Gordon?
Oh, yes, that's my watch. I broke the chain and left it on the desk in there.
This watch was found right outside of the bank window where Hogan was killed. Gordon admits it's his.
How'd you tear your coat, Gordon?
I didn't know my coat.
I know how you did it. You did it jumping out the window after you killed Leif Hogan. Well, Benton got into town.
He slipped by us. Where is he?
In the Panamint saloon. And he's got Kirby and Gordon in the jam.
Come on.
I tell you, I didn't shut down.
Found this piece of cloth on a nail right outside that window. It matches pretty well.
We're with you, Jim. He always was a snake.
All right, Gordon, why did you kill Hogan?
I tell you, I didn't shut down.
I had nothing to do with the killing.
Come clean.
Why, this is no trial. He hasn't got a chance.
He has more of a chance than Hogan had. Come clean, Gordon. Why did you kill Hogan?
I tell you, I didn't kill him.
This crowd isn't going to wait here forever.
I'll give you just 1 minute to start talking.
All right, I'll tell you. But you've got to see that I...
There's your answer, men. The man that fired that shot killed Leif Hogan. Hey, don't kill him or they'll make him talk.
Get out the way.
Look out, Jim. It's a boat.
Hey, where's Pancho and Borax? I seen them heading for the side entrance. Oh, doggone it. Let's go in and mop up that gang right now.
Oh, it's no use, Toom. There's too many of them. Besides, we got a lot of work to do. We're clear to that murder charge now. Round up Pancho and Borax and have them meet us at the livery stable. Come on. He's dead, Toom.
Come on, boys.
ride along, ride along. Let us fight the Lord and all until the wrong is right. Ride along, ride along. Let us fight to keep the honor of the soul and right. Never quit or submit. Give us every bit of spunk and bit you can. So come on and see you win. Tell the world we never give in. Fight for the right, ride along. Never quit or submit. Give us every bit of spunk and bit you can. So come on and see you win. Tell the world we never give in. Fight for the right, ride along.
He's dead, Tom.
Didn't you know the barn was on fire?
Where do you think we've been?
Hey, there's a lot of horses milling around in the corral back of the barn. Give me a hand.
Sure, I give you my hand. Come, let's win.
Hey, Jim. I got a great idea.
What now?
Let's start that fight all over again.
Listen, Tom, if you're that rested up, we got other work to do.
Work?
Yeah. Let's round up the boys and get back to the mine as quick as we can.
Why didn't you plug Benton while you had a good chance?
Well, I did my part. I saved all our necks when I shot Gordon. Then Wolfe lets Benton get away.
Ah, stop whimpering like a couple of coyote pups. You got nothing to worry about. My man will get Benton.
Is them Benton's men riding out?
It sure is. You seen anything of Fisk, Berry, or Green?
When I got here, Fisk and Barry were fighting with Benton in the barn just before the roof caved in.
Well, did they get out?
No. There was no chance of helping them.
Wolf, Benton wiped out the men you had planted in the barn. He set fire to her and hightailed out of town.
You gotta get Benton, Wolf. If it's the last thing you do.
I've got him. Now listen, this plants a murder charge on Benton he'll have a hard time getting out of. Now it's up to you two to see Judge Knox and swear out a warrant. Butch, take Trigger and Rusty. See Haskell at Mud Lake. Tell him I want 6 of his best men. We'll get him this time.
How's the repair work coming along, Salty?
Fine. We'll be pulling plenty of high-grade ore out of that tunnel before Jim and the boys get back.
I wish they'd get back soon.
You ain't thinking they won't.
They won't, unless Jim can clear himself of that murder charge.
Oh, he will, all right, and then all his troubles will be hog-tied.
Not all of them, Salty. We got to get enough ore into Panamint to buy off Kirby's note.
Shucks, we could do that in a month with the way the men are working now.
Yeah, if Blake doesn't stir up any more trouble. Salty, I'm gonna fire him.
You can't.
Why?
Because he's got a heap of friends among the men. We don't want them all to quit.
Well, watch him.
What'd you come up for? Anything wrong down there?
No trouble down there, but there's gonna be up here. Blake's holding a meeting.
What's the meaning of this, Blake?
That means I'm quitting. I'm all through, see? Miss Benton gives me and the rest of the boys here twice as much dough as we're getting now.
He's right. Lower the lift. More men want to come up.
Hold it. Now, wait a minute, men. The least you can do is wait until Jim gets back. And as for you, Blake...
Just a minute. Listen, men, we're fools to be working for this kind of money.
Too hard.
What about the ore we took out of this mine? What about us? Working in this blistering heat is worth twice as much dough as we're getting, and you know it. All you gotta do is stick with me. I know things you men don't know. All you gotta do is put a little pressure on Benton, he'll give in. And unless Benton...
Unless Benton what?
Listen, we're taking a lot of high-grade ore out of here, and we ain't getting our share.
You're being paid a salary to do a job. That's all you're entitled to.
Yeah? Well, when Kirby gets control of this mine...
Oh, so Kirby sent you down here, huh? Men, if I can prove that Joe Kirby sent this man down here to break up this camp and get control of the mine, will you go back to work?
Sure.
All right. Every man that sticks with me will get a bonus as soon as we get out of debt. Now, come clean, Blake. Who sent you?
Come on, a little better. Come on, Jim. You can do better than that. What is this, a holy roller meeting? Close your fist. That's it. Now you got it. Now you got him going. Say, now listen. You tell me you're worried and we'll take a fall out of you.
Oh, but Tom, look, do something.
He's doing all right. What's the matter with him?
I told you.
I could feel that one myself. Now look,
All right, Blake. Tell these men who you're working for.
I'm working for Joe Kirby.
All right, on your way. Adios.
All right, you men. That crack about the bonus still goes. Get to work.
Come on, Pancho, you take some boys, see that Blake and his friends leave camp.
They're practically on their way.
Yeah, let's win.
Hey, Salty. How are things down below?
Fine. We've uncovered a vein in the old Aztec will run better than 1,500 to the ton.
Yeah, that's for sure. If we had some more miners, we'd soon pay off that debt.
Wait a minute, Jim. What's the matter with Johnson? He's not running a full crew.
Say, that's a good idea, Tom. Let's go. Come on, Blake. Think we better get down this ridge, don't you, Toom?
Good idea.
Think you can make it, Mary?
Well, I'll try. But why? Is it a shorter trail to Johnson's?
No, it's a little longer, but I think you might have some trouble jumping that cut that lies up ahead.
All right.
Better tighten her cinch.
Benton, Tombstone, and the Morgan girl. They're headed for this trail. Ride back down to where the trail narrows and take cover.
Hey, Toom, what do you make of that cloud of dust down there?
Looks like riders. I'll take a look. You better stay here.
saw Butch and a couple of Wolf's gang. They're land for us. Can you handle a cannon?
Yes.
What's the big idea? Get down off your horse. You'll find out. You better too, miss. Come on.
Here they come. But the second they show, let them have it. There's their horses. Where are the riders?
Right behind you, me amigo.
Drop your misery.
Come on, rally your horse. Get up in there.
Where are you taking us? Never mind, get on your horse.
That's not good, that dog. Oh, hey, look. Now, John, there's a real corpse.
What do you know about gold?
What do you know about the gold? I work in the mine in Cananea and in Magdalena. Over there, the yellow gold was so thick you could pick it up like the whip.
Why didn't you stay there then?
Why not stay? What do you know about the gold?
Just as much as you do about Dobie.
All you know about the gold what you got in your toots.
You think that's good, or wait till you see what we take out of this new vein we're opening up. There's a sample.
None of it looked any good to me.
Look, there comes the Jim and the Tombstone with the wolf. The wolf, look at 3 wolves with them coming, huh?
Oh, they
Let's win, huh? Come on, let's go. Well, you catch all that wolf gang, huh? Now we're gonna have a big hanging up fiesta.
Not yet, Pancho. We're gonna put them in the icebox, let them cool off a little bit. Keep them well guarded.
Didn't I tell you you're gonna catch you sometime, eh, Butch?
Oh, shut up.
I wish you didn't say that. Come on, let's win. Get out.
What'd you find out?
Haskell claims Butch, Trigger, and Rusty never got to his place.
They must have.
I don't think so. I rode back by the funeral range and found Rusty's hat near Big Rock. Been a lot of horses milling around there, and I picked up Butch's gun, too.
Guess they ran into some of Benton's riders.
Likely find them over to his camp. Prisoners.
Well, they won't be there long. Come on.
Take this powder into the west drift where they're drilling, will you, fellas?
What do you think we are, pack mules?
Well, Pat and I got another job got to be done right away.
Try to get it done.
That's deep enough.
Start throwing her up, boys. You're wasting time. The muscles you got in them feet, you can kick it in with your little toe.
All right, Davis. Take your deputies and serve that warrant on Benton. That'll bring him out in the open.
Well, what are you gonna do?
When you're arguing, we'll sneak up and open fire.
Well, give me a chance to get in the clear before you start your battle.
Don't be afraid.
Davis wants.
Better go in and tell the boys to come out and be ready for trouble. Hello, Davis. What's on your mind?
Benton, in the name of the law, I arrest you for
Wait a
murder.
minute. On whose authority are you making this arrest?
I have the authority of the deputy marshal of Panamint, sworn in by the town marshal. These 2 men are my deputies.
Uh-huh. Aren't you aware that the town marshal's authority does not extend beyond the city limits?
Davis and some men just rode up. Jim wants you.
Davis?
What does that hombre want?
Trouble. Time's a-wasting.
I'll give you just 3 minutes to get off of here.
You'll regret this, Benton.
There's still law in this country. That's what I intend to prove before I'm through. Now, go on.
What do you want, Jim?
Oh, they're trying to frame me with...
Why didn't you invite him to get out and eat dinner with us?
I knew Wolfe would show up. Come on. Back in the cave, Mary. There's Benton and the girl headed for the tunnel. Let's get them.
Get out of here. I'm out of ammunition and they're right behind us.
Take it easy. The light's back of us and he can see us better than we can see him.
Horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger.
This is a story of one of the most mysterious characters to appear in the early days of the West. He was a fabulous individual, a man whose presence brought fear to the lawless and hope to those who wanted to make this frontier land their home. He was known as the Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger and Tonto are riding to answer an urgent plea for help from their friend, the sheriff of Cactus County, Jim Hawks. But as Jim waits for the masked man and his Indian companion, there is another, a killer, who lies in wait for Jim.
See any sign of Jim, Tonto?
There, Kemosabe. Me see him.
Tonto, look.
Hello. Ranger? Tonto?
We got your letter, Jim. Looks like we got here just in time. How is he?
Just a shoulder wound, and he's knocked out. This hombre's gonna spend a nice long time in jail.
Any idea who he is?
Looks like one of the Dirk Nelson gang. They've been out to get me ever since I was appointed sheriff.
Dirk Nelson. Yes, I know about him. More than you can handle, Jim.
That's why I asked your help. Nelson stopped at nothing. Hold-ups, murders, and now I have an extra special reason for wanting to get him. Me not understand. A few days ago, he ran off with Nancy Barton, the girl I was engaged to. They're gonna be married in a week.
Nancy Barton? You wrote me she hated Nelson and everything he stands for.
Well, that's what's got me buffaloed. All of a sudden, she leaves me a note that she's gonna marry him, and I'm not to try to stop her. That not makes sense.
You're right, Tonto. People don't change their minds overnight unless they're forced to. Did her father have any idea what's behind this?
None at all.
Yet he should know, Jim. You'd better lock him up. Tonto will stand guard while you and I pay a little call on Mr. Barton.
Jim! Hello, Mr. Barton. Don't let the mask frighten you. This is a friend of mine.
Howdy.
Of course. Any friend of Jim's is always welcome here. Right this way. May I offer you gentlemen a drink?
No, thanks. I never touch spirits.
Well, that's admirable. Very admirable indeed. But this is purely medicinal, of course.
Man drinks that kind of medicine to forget something he doesn't want to remember.
I don't understand. I have nothing to forget.
And perhaps you have something to remember. Why did your daughter run off with Dirk Nelson?
Well, a woman's privileged to change her mind, I guess. Besides, she knew Dirk when I was working in Centerville.
What kind of work, Mr. Barton?
A bank. I was a teller.
A Centerville bank? That was one of Dirk Nelson's biggest hauls. Everyone said it was an inside job.
What are you implying, sir?
Nothing, Mr. Barton. Just that I know someone inside that bank helped Dirk Nelson pull off that job and got paid very well for doing it. If Nelson threatened to expose that someone, it could be mighty unpleasant for him.
Mr. Barton, is that why Nancy ran off with Nelson? You've got to tell me.
Well, all right. All right. Jim, I've been miserable ever since I helped Dirk steal that money. But I've been saving up ever since to pay it back.
That doesn't help your daughter. What about her, Mr. Barton?
Well, she didn't know anything about it until Dirk came the other night. He's always had his eye on her. And he was jealous of you, Jim. He promised her that I'd spend the rest of my life in jail if she didn't go off with him.
You scare easily, Mr. Barton. Don't you know that Dirk couldn't expose you without admitting his own guilt?
But everybody already knows Dirk's guilty. There were witnesses. But there's no proof against me unless Dirk talks. That's why Nancy insisted on doing everything he asked. I begged her not to, but I couldn't stop her.
Well, why didn't you come to me right away?
Oh, it was too late then, and I was afraid. But I'm glad you're here now, Jim. I've hated myself every waking moment. Now do everything I can to keep her from marrying him.
Will you turn state's evidence? Will you go to prison?
Gladly.
And somehow I'll reach your daughter and stop her from marrying him.
Well, how can you? With her at the Nelson hideout and nobody knowing where it is.
There's one way to get into the hideout, Jim.
How's that?
Join the Nelson gang.
Join the Nelson gang? Why, they don't take anybody but the most hardened criminals. And everybody knows you stand for law and order.
True. But nobody in this county has ever seen the Lone Ranger. Supposing we were to change his name for a while. Call him the Masked Rider.
The Masked Rider? Well, what good would that do?
A lot of good, Jim. If the Masked Rider could even build up a worse reputation than Dirk Nelson, a few posters like this, with a different face and a different name,
sick of reading about this masked rider. Who is he anyway?
I don't know who he is, Dirk, but the sheriff seems a lot more anxious to catch him than to catch you.
Can't say that I blame him, boss. Every holdup we've tried to pull off lately, he's been there ahead of us. I sure wish he was working with us instead of against us.
If you're so anxious to have him join the gang, why don't you find him and bring him in? The fool could do twice as well taking orders from me.
Stagecoach coming, boss.
Good. Right on schedule. This is one time the masked rider's not going to beat us to the job. Take cover.
Me bet Dirk Nelson be plenty mad at masked rider now. Him not like to be outsmarted.
Yes, I was afraid he might let this gold shipment go through.
Oh, I knew he couldn't resist it. I've had my deputies blabbing about it for days. Sure wish I could get down there and get Nelson right now.
All right, you throw down that gold and be quick about it.
Sure, mister. Don't shoot.
What the? Where's the gold?
Mister, you'll have to ask the masked rider. He held me up about 2 miles back.
Masked rider?
He done it again.
If you hadn't wasted so much time lollygagging around that Barton female, the masked rider wouldn't be giving us this trouble now.
That'll be enough out of you, Sid. Come on, let's get back to the hideout. I'm gonna outsmart that hombre if it's the last thing I do.
Outlaws plenty mad they not find gold.
By the way, Jim, what did you do with the gold I was supposed to have stolen?
I fixed it with old Luke, the driver. He sent it on ahead by special messenger. What we do now, Kimasabi?
I think it's time for the masked rider to join the Nelson gang. After what happened today, they should welcome him with open arms. I'll leave a trail for you to follow, Tonto. Contact me as often as possible. Hi, big fellow.
I'm sick of standing guard. The way things have been going around here, there's nothing left here to guard anymore.
Put up your hands. I said reach.
Say, what is this anyway?
Hold up, mister. Give me your money.
Money? Mister, do you know who we are?
I don't care who you are. Just hand over your cash.
I reckon this hombre don't want to live too long, Sid. There's a lot more than 2 of us around here, mister.
Didn't you ever hear the Dirk Nelson gang?
Dirk Nelson? Why didn't you say so? I've been looking for him ever since I hit this territory.
Say, who are you anyhow?
You ought to know. I'm the one man the sheriff wants more than Nelson.
Sid, this here hombre's the masked rider.
That's right. And if you're smart, you'll take me to Nelson.
What for? You're doing all right on your own, ain't you?
Sure I am. But with the Nelson gang riding with me, I could do twice as well.
That's right, Sid. With him on our side, we could tie the whole territory in knots.
Not so fast, Wes. We can't take him into the hideout with us. We don't know nothing about him.
Didn't Dirk say to bring him in if we could ever find him? Come on, mister. I'll take you to him.
I still say you're crazy, Wes. How do we know we can trust him?
How does he know he can trust us?
All right. But remember one thing. Once you go into the hideout with us, you're one of us. Any fancy tricks and you don't come out alive. Come on, let's go.
Bye, big fellow.
We pause in this thrilling episode to bring you a message of interest and importance. The story will resume in just a moment.
Please, you hurry. Dirk Nelson does not like to be kept waiting.
I'm not afraid of Dirk Nelson, Mrs. Gonzalez, and you shouldn't be either. Why do you let him use your ranch as a hideout?
Why do you let him make you marry him? We both afraid, Miss Barton.
I guess you're right. Yes, you sent for me?
Yeah. All right, Mrs. Gonzalez, get out of here. I've got good news for you, Nancy.
I'm fixing for us to get married Saturday, 2 days ahead of schedule. How does that sound?
I gave my promise.
I don't see what you females see in sheriffs anyway. They don't make hardly any money.
Jim Hawks is honest, which is something you wouldn't understand.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Nancy. I'm not such a bad guy. You just got to give me a chance.
You can force me to marry you, Dirk, but I'll go right on hating you.
Wonder who that's with him.
Hey, Dirk. Come on out. Someone here to see you.
Who's that with you?
It's a masked rider.
What's the idea of bringing him here?
It was your idea, Dirk. Wouldn't you rather have him with us than against us?
Only if I'm sure that he is who he says he is.
That could work both ways, mister. How do I know you're not somebody else?
You talk mighty big. But for 2 cents,
You'd what?
Jumping polecat. See, outdraw Dirk.
You see that?
You're mighty fast with those guns.
In my profession, I have to be.
Don't you see, Dirk? With him in the gang, nobody else would have a chance. You'd be top dog in the territory.
I am already. But I could always use a good man. Yeah. Bring him inside and I'll talk to him. You take big chances, mister. Now that you're here, what makes you think I won't have you killed?
For 2 reasons, Nelson. You lose some of your own men first, and you're smart enough to know I'm more useful to you alive than dead.
So you want to join my gang, huh?
Yeah. Why should we compete against each other? Together we could take over this territory. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Very good sense. But nobody joins my gang unless I see his face first. Supposing you take off that mask.
Sorry, Nelson. I've got good reasons to keep this mask on.
They wouldn't be because you're not really the masked rider, would they?
What do you mean, Dirk?
How do we know he's not on the side of the law? Any man can cover his face and claim to be the masked rider.
Do you think I'd be fool enough to let your men bring me here if I wasn't? I know I couldn't get out of here alive.
Sure, you gotta believe him now, Dirk. You saw how quick he pulled his guns.
Lots of men are fast in the draw. But being a good shot is something else again. And I've heard that the masked rider is just about the best shot in the world. Are you that good, mister?
Why don't you find out?
I aim to. Come on outside, all of you.
Miss Barton, I come from Jim Hawks.
Jim Hawks? Well, who are you?
A friend. I must talk to you later, alone.
There you are, mister. If you can hit any of those cups at this distance, I'll believe you're really the masked rider.
What if I break all 4?
All 4? Nobody's that good. What's the matter, getting cold feet?
You want me to move back further?
No. No, this'll be all right.
I never saw shooting like that before. You gotta believe him now, boss. What do you say?
I say he's every bit as good as I've heard he is.
And you let him join up with us?
Sure. I'd be a fool not to. But there's one other little thing first.
Yeah? What's that?
You haven't proved yet that you're really with us. So tomorrow we're gonna pull a little job. And I'm gonna let you lead my men.
Whatever you say, Nelson.
I've got it all worked out, men. The gang will hold up the stage tomorrow morning just inside Eagle Pass.
You mean you're really going to let them lead the gang, boss?
I sure am. You'll be riding right at the head of it.
Well, what about you?
I'll be in the stagecoach with the other passengers.
Say, that's sure smart, boss. Then you'll have the drop on them from the rear when we surprise them in Eagle Pass.
It's not them I'll have the drop on. It's the masked rider. Here, you fill this up again.
You gonna kill him, Dirk?
As dead as they come.
What for? We need him.
Like we need poison ivy. You fools, you've been tricked. He's no outlaw. I was suspicious of him the minute I saw his gun belt. That's why I had him fire at those cups.
I don't get you.
After he finished, I dug this out of the tree. Ever see one like that before?
Just a bullet. What about it?
That particular bullet's made of silver.
Silver?
Who'd ever use a silver bullet? Only one man in all the West. The Lone Ranger.
Me here, Kimasabi.
I'm glad you've come, Tonto. Nelson's planning a holdup tomorrow, and I'm to lead it.
Lone Ranger lead holdup? That's not possible.
I'll have to pretend to until I find out what he's going to do. I think he's setting a trap for me, or he'd lead his men himself.
Someone come.
Oh, Miss Barton.
I saw you from the house. Who's the Indian?
This is Tonto. He always worked with me. Why did you follow me?
Mrs. Gonzalez heard Dirk talking. You're to hold up the stagecoach at Eagle Pass tomorrow morning. Dirk will be riding in the coach. He plans to shoot you.
So that's it. Thanks for the warning.
This girl Jim want for wife?
Yes, Tonto.
What are you talking about? I'm marrying Dirk Nelson.
You won't have to, Miss Barton. Your father told us the truth.
The truth? Does that mean he'll go to prison?
He promised to return the money he stole and give evidence against Nelson. We hope the jury will be lenient.
I guess I was stupid to do what I did, but Dad's not really a criminal, and I had to protect him somehow.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Miss Barton. Did you think your father would be happy knowing you were married to an outlaw? It's your happiness he wants.
Then I can go back to Jim?
No, you can't.
What do you mean?
If we're going to outwit Dirk Nelson, it's important that he doesn't know his plans are changed. You're a part of those plans.
I understand. I won't leave.
What we do?
Tonto, tell Jim Hawks and his men to be at Eagle Pass tomorrow morning.
But you, Kimasabi, you ride into trap Nelson set for you?
Yes, Tonto. I'll ride right into it. And you'll be there to watch.
I wish the Lone Ranger's Indian friend would get back. Do you think anything could have happened to him?
Tonto can take care of himself, Mr. Barton. If it's possible to contact the ranger, he'll do it.
Well, I hope it's not too late. Nancy in that outlaw's hideout all this time. I'm going to try and find her myself.
We won't help any by losing our heads. The ranger's risking his life to save your daughter. And the least we can do is stay here and wait for instructions.
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm sorry. You're right. I ought to be grateful.
You'll get your chance to help when you testify against Nelson. And that won't be easy, you know, implicating yourself.
Jim, it'll be the easiest job I've ever had to do. I don't mind paying for my own mistakes, as long as I know it puts Dirk behind bars.
Tonto.
How, Jim?
Have you seen the Lone Ranger? Is Nancy all right?
Your daughter fine, Mr. Barton.
Well, if you reached the hideout, how's it you didn't bring Nancy back with you?
Kimasabi not let me.
Wouldn't let you? Why not?
No time explain now. You come. Round up posse quick. Have them at Eagle Pass tomorrow morning for sure.
What about you? Aren't you riding with us?
No. Tonto has a special job to do. Kimasabi's life at stake. Come.
Good night, Mr. Barton.
Good luck, Jim.
Here it comes. Are you ready? Dirk's counting on you to do just like he says.
I'm ready. Where is Dirk?
Don't you worry about him. He'll be around here when we need him.
I'm sure he will.
Say, if you're looking for Dirk over there, you ain't gonna see him.
I'm not looking for Dirk.
Ready, men? As soon as we get the signal from the Lone Ranger, we take off and capture him red-handed.
Come on.
Look, a posse.
Shotgun. Quick.
It's a trap. Let's make a break for it.
100 redskin up.
Nelson, him hit me. But me all right now.
Jim!
Nancy.
I was so afraid something would go wrong.
Jim and his men captured the whole gang, Miss Barton.
Them in jail for a long time to come. Dirk Nelson, too.
We're not needed here anymore, Tonto.
Jim, I was such a fool to run off with Dirk.
Well, if you hadn't, Nancy, the Nelson gang wouldn't be in jail now. Because I'd never have called for the one man who could help me capture them. The Lone Ranger.
Hail, Silver, away!
Back already, that was the second part of Riders of Death Valley. Now join us next week for the third part of this 12-chapter serial from 1941. And thanks again for tuning in. If you can, check me out on YouTube under Donald O'Malley or Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. And hit like and subscribe, and you'll never miss a show. So good night, folks. Stay safe. See you next time.